breaths here. Feel the feet on the ground. Build your posture from the base up. Maybe give your shoulders a roll. Send those hands down. Maybe turn the palms forward. And maybe closing your eyes, just taking some deep breaths. And making that transition from more externally focused to now more internally focused. And it might not happen all at once. So let it be whatever it is, that transition, maybe gradual. Maybe you're going back and forth. Maybe you're being pulled outward and then coming back in and then out a bit again and back in. Just take some time, use your breath to drive yourself inward, to notice any physical sensations in your body today. And then to notice any activity in your mind, so maybe conversations of the past, expectations of the future, thoughts or judgments, stories. Let's take about 5 more cycles of breath just here. And try to make some space around your eyes and in your jaw. And then let's use the next inhale to reach those arms wide. If your eyes are closed, let's open them. Maybe gaze up towards your hands. And then exhale, arms wide and all the way down by your side. And maybe your gaze turns down towards your toes. And then again, inhale, arms wide, lift. Exhale, and arms wide and down. And again, inhale and lift. And exhale and lower. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, taking as much space as you can. And then on your exhale, lower your right hand down and then reach up and over with your left. Come back through center, inhale. Other side, exhale. And center, inhale. One more time each side, exhale. And center, inhale. And other side, exhale. Back through center, inhale. And on your exhale, lowering those arms down. Let's bend those knees, coming straight into a chair pose, reaching those arms up. And then on your exhale, lowering those arms down, reach them behind you. And again, arms lift. Exhale and lower. Remember to bring some ease also into this posture, this movement. Lift, exhale, lower. One more time, inhale and lift. And exhale to lower. Now as you inhale, straighten your legs, reach your arms up and bring your hands all the way back behind you. Interlace them at your lower back. Straighten out those elbows, lift your chest. Maybe your gaze too. And then on your exhale, lower the chin to your chest. Full breath in. And full breath out. Release those hands, reaching them all the way up. And a bend in your knees, folding forward. Exhale. Bring hands to your shins, halfway lift. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. And again. Half lift, inhale, fold, exhale. One more time, inhale, and fold forward, exhale. Grab opposite elbows, get a stretch through the backs of your legs. Maybe sway from side to side, bend and straighten the knees. Notice again any sensations in those legs. And still taking care and being cautious. Bring that curiosity to your practice. So a little distance too. So don't let those sensations grip you. Notice them. Get some information. And then maybe respond if necessary, or maybe you just watch those sensations. Take another breath in. And breath out. And now let's release those elbows and slowly make your way up to stand, vertebra stacking over vertebra. And then shoulders up and then down away from your ears, palms turn forward. Inhale as your arms lift. And exhale, side stretch. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back through center, forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. Hands come to your heart, exhale. Rise, inhale all the way up, side stretch, exhale. Back through center, inhale. Other side, exhale. Center, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Staying with your breath, rise up, inhale. Side stretch, exhale. Inhale. Other side, exhale. Inhale, forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Bend those knees, chair pose, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Rise, inhale. Side stretch, exhale. Rise, inhale. Other side, exhale. Inhale, and now step your right foot back, warrior one. Exhale. Back heel plants, hands to your heart, bend into your front knee. Take a moment, breathe in. On your exhale, draw that belly towards your spine. Another breath in. And breath out. With your inhale, arms lift. And as you exhale, hands behind you, interlace them, open up your chest. Inhale, straightening those elbows. And then on your exhale, reach your chest forward and down, any amount here. Stay strong through your back leg. Take another breath in. And breath out. And then as you inhale, rise up, release your hands, reach them up. And exhale, step forward, mountain pose, and bring hands to your heart. Arms lift on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands behind you, awkward interlace. Open your chest. Inhale. Lower the chin. Exhale. Full breath in. And full breath out. Release those hands, reach them all the way up. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Chair pose, inhale, hands to heart, exhale. Rise all the way up, inhale, side stretch, exhale. Inhale, other side, exhale. Inhale, and now left foot steps back and warrior one on this side. So planting that back heel, and again, hands to heart, and taking a moment to test out your base, your posture, your stance. Take a breath in. Exhale, belly towards your spine, lift it up and in. Take another breath in. And breath out. Inhale, your arms will lift. And exhale, hands behind you, interlace. It's the awkward one. Inhale and straighten those elbows, open your chest. And exhale, any amount, hinging at your hips, chest reaching forward and down, crown of the head reaching away from those fingers. Full breath in. And full breath out. And another breath in. And breath out. Inhale, rising up, hands release, reaching them towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, weight comes forward, back foot steps. Mountain pose, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, downward facing dog. 5 cycles of breath, maybe a little movement in your legs, bending and straightening those knees, lifting and lowering your heels. Maybe looking from side to side, or maybe it's a still downward facing dog. What do you need today? So coming back to your breath, the sound of your breath. Take another breath in, lift those sit bones a little higher, push the floor away. And then on your exhale, let's meet in a table pose. Knees down, hands under shoulders. Inhale, let's bring that chest forward, cow pose, lifting your gaze. Exhale, rounding the spine. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Getting that spine moving here. Inhale again. And round. Exhale. And now from here, let's find some lateral stretches. So let's take a breath in. And then on your exhale, send that right side of the body or the hips towards the right and turn your gaze towards your left heel. And then make your way through center. Inhale. And then hips to the left, gaze over to the right heel. And one more time each side, center. Hips to the right, gaze to the left. And center. And switch. Coming back through center, neutral spine, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And again, find some movement in your neck. Look from side to side. Imagine the crown of the head dropping heavy towards the ground. And then your shoulder blades drawing towards your hips. And one more breath in. And breath out. And now use your inhale to walk your feet to your hands. And exhale to fold. Inhale, let's bend those knees, coming back into chair pose. And exhale, bringing hands to heart. And rock a bit forward and back on your feet here in your chair pose. So your knees stay bent, but you send your weight into the balls of the feet. Maybe your heels hover, and then you send your weight into your heels. Your toes might lift. Do that a few more times. Try to keep your shoulders down and away from your ears, and your breath smooth. And then use your next inhale to press through the whole foot, Reaching those arms up, straightening those legs. And as you exhale, side stretch. Coming back through center, inhale. Other side, exhale. And center, inhale. And we'll send that right foot back, and this time, warrior two. So in this case, we're trying to align front heel with arch of the back foot. And then we're reaching those fingers forward and back. Palms are facing down. And then shoulders down. Notice where your spine is at, and let's test this out. So imagine reaching forward first, not changing your legs. And then imagine being pulled through your right fingers, reaching back. No change in your legs. And then bring yourself right in between, spine more or less perpendicular to the ground. Let's lift all 10 toes, spread them, wiggle them, and then drop them down to the mat. Take another breath in. And breath out. With your next inhale, straighten your front leg. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips. So maybe your left hand comes to your hip crease. You push that hip crease back as you reach the crown of the head forward and down. And then your left hand can lower anywhere down that left leg, right arm towards the ceiling. Full breath in here. And full breath out. And another breath in. And breath out. With your inhale, it's that rope that pulls you up through those right fingers, and then bend your left knee, come back into your warrior two. Let's take a breath in. And a breath out. And now a little variation of what we did before. So on your inhale, reach your arms up. And now as you exhale, bring your hands behind you. Okay, so legs are still warrior two. Interlace your fingers and then send those knuckles down towards the floor, opening your chest. So still in your warrior two legs. So it's not that warrior one we did before. Let's take a breath in. And then on your exhale, you might fold forward. So chest, forward, and down. And it's going to come to the inside of that left leg. You're not changing those legs here. Breathe in. And breathe out. And one more breath in. And breath out. With your next inhale, rise that torso, reach those arms forward and back. And as you exhale, we'll make our way into downward facing dog, planting those hands and stepping that left foot back, lifting those sit bones up and back, trying to relax that neck, the jaw, and the eyes. Full breath in. And breath out. And another breath in. And on your exhale, knees to the mat. Let's find our table pose. Remember, any other version of table pose, feel free to take it. Knees lifted if you wish. On your inhale, cow pose, chest forward, gaze up. On your exhale, cat, round your spine. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And round. Exhale. And now let's find a neutral spine here. And inhale, let's reach the right leg out behind us, planting the ball of the foot. Pressing the heel away, take a full breath in. And then on your exhale, try lifting your left knee off the ground. And maybe it hovers or it comes all the way into your chest. So notice the strength, the effort is in that right leg, the hip flexor of the left, that lower belly, those shoulders broaden. Breathe in, and then lower that knee back down. Inhale, right leg lifts, and on your exhale, draw that knee into your chest. Inhale, lengthen. Knee now to the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. And now knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. And then lower that knee down. Exhale. Inhale, bring that chest forward. Lift your gaze. Round your spine. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And round. Exhale. Coming back into that neutral spine. Left leg rises. Inhale. And we'll plant the ball of the foot. Push the heel away. Okay, so get that strength going on in that left leg. That glute engages. Take another breath in. And now use your exhale, that lifting of that lower belly, to lift the right knee off the ground. And again, it might hover, that's fine. It might come in towards the chest. Keep pressing the left heel away. Broaden your shoulders, push the floor away with your hands. Take another breath in. And exhale, lower that right knee down. Left leg rises, inhale. Knee to chest, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Outside of your left elbow, exhale. And lengthen, inhale. And right elbow, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. And lower that knee down, exhale. Chest forward, gaze up, inhale. And on your exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath. And now inhale, walking your feet to your hands. Forward fold, exhale. Take a moment. You could grab opposite elbows. You could sway. You can keep a bend in your knees. Depends on how those hamstrings are feeling. And maybe there's an open mouth exhale there too. And now release those elbows and make your way up, vertebra stacking over vertebra. Shoulders come up by the ears and then release down the back. Palms turn forward. Crown of the head is reaching high. Let's inhale those arms all the way up. And on your exhale, side stretch. Inhale back through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. And now left foot stepping back and warrior 2 on this side. So as always, take your time to set up. Okay, so no rush. Make sure that your feet are planted. You've got a good alignment. That right knee doesn't go beyond that right ankle. You're activating that outer part of that left leg, including the glute. And then that your shoulders are down and away from your ears, gazing over those front fingers. And let's do what we did on the other side. So as you inhale, imagine being pulled forward, but your legs don't change. And then come back through center and imagine being pulled back, but you keep that bend in your front knee. And now bring yourself right in between where that spine is more or less perpendicular to the ground. And you've got the same weight in your front leg as your back leg. Let's take another breath in right here. Breath out. And then on your inhale, let's straighten that front leg. You can bring your right hand to your hip crease and then reach that chest forward. Hip crease is going back. And as you're ready, finding your version of your triangle pose on this side. And so don't go too low with your right hand. If you go very low, you begin to close your chest down. Okay, so feel free to come up to your shin so that you can keep that chest open. And when you've got that chest open to the side, there might be a little bit more freedom in your neck, and you might be able to turn your gaze up. You want to stay strong through your legs before you move your gaze. So make sure that you feel stable there. And just be very cautious and slow as you lift that gaze up. Let's take another breath in. Breath out. And then again, being pulled through those left fingers, reaching up, and then bending again into that front knee, your warrior two. Take a full breath in here. And then as you exhale, bring those hands behind you. Find the awkward interlace of your fingers here. And then straighten out those elbows. Feel that opening in the fronts of your shoulders. And perfectly fine to stay here. Or if you feel stable through your legs, you can reach that chest forward and down. And maybe your arms reach up towards the ceiling. Breathing in. Stay stable through your legs. Breathing out. And another breath in. And breath out. And now as you inhale, let's slowly rise, release those hands, reach them forward and back. And on your exhale, hands to the mat and downward facing dog. And again, about 3 to 5 breaths. What do you need from your downward facing dog at this time? Take another breath in and breath out. And one more breath in. Maybe lift those heels high. And then on your exhale, table pose. And again, aligning your hands and your shoulders, knees hip width. And finding your cows and cats, opening that chest, bring it forward, lift your gaze, open the throat. And exhale, round your spine, opening that back body. And from here, bring your knees a little wider, big toes touch. Let's go into a child's pose. In your child's pose, maybe reach your arms forward. A little clawing through your fingers. And then on your exhale, allow yourself to drop into the mat. Going here from effort to now more ease. And then use your next inhale to slowly lift your spine. And let's come into a seat. Hands can come to your shins, feet wide, knees are bent. And inhale, let's bring that chest forward, but don't go too much into a back bend here. And then on your exhale, now really emphasize that rounding of that back body, sending that back body back, drawing the chin towards the chest. Okay? And then inhale, come just to a neutral place. And then again, exhale, emphasize that rounding. And one more time, inhale. And round, exhale. And now pause here in your rounding. You're not so much on your sit bones, you're more on your sacrum. And notice some space in the back of your neck, between your shoulder blades, the back ribs, and that lower back. And now gently bring yourself up on the inhale. And then let's bring those hands to the insides of the feet. And let's walk those hands forward. So again, still with that rounding. But this time we're going forward. You can drop the head. Keep those knees bent. The knees are drawing towards the space behind you. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And now as you inhale, slowly walk those hands back towards you. And then we're going to bring those feet to hip width. And safely and with control, we're going to lower down to the mat. Arms come in front of you, breath in. Halfway down, exhale. Another breath in. And then all the way down, exhale. And once you arrive here, draw those knees into your chest. And gently rock from side to side and give that back body a massage. Shifting your weight. And any type of movement here that will give some relief to that back body. Get it a little closer to your mat. A bit more into a neutral place. And a place where it's supported. Because that spine, now that you're on the ground, it no longer needs to hold you up. So all that effort that involves standing at this moment, you might not need. And see if you can let some of it go. And then plant your feet, knees bent. Let those knees rest against one another and bring hands to your belly. On the inhale, expand your belly towards your hands. And then on your exhale, draw the belly away from your hands and push the lower back into your mat. Do this 2 more times. And then trying to keep that lower back planted on your mat. Let's find the most comfortable position to spend the last moments of practice in a body scan. And choose your position here. Make yourself comfortable, so if you need pillows or any other props or a blanket, make sure you've got that. And of course, your body scan doesn't have to be lying down. You could always do it seated. Just try to bring more ease than effort into the body at this moment. So sometimes taking a breath in and an open mouth exhale can help release some of the effort, some of the tension. And then once you are here, just notice where your attention is at. Is it on a sound? Is it on a thought? Is it on a physical sensation? Is it on a mixture of things? Just notice. And then just gently, with ease, guide that attention towards the big toe of your right foot. And maybe that's a place that seems familiar, easy to go to. Or maybe that toe today is a bit more difficult to reach, a bit more difficult to tune into. So noticing that too. Part of your practice also. We're just going to notice whatever we notice during this body scan. Physical sensations, any mind states, any distractions. So from that right big toe, let's move to the right ankle and up that right shin to the right knee. And again, just noticing if there's familiarity in noticing that right knee, if it's easy to reach and to rest that attention there, or if there is some resistance. And once again, just noticing whatever we notice, any physical sensations, any thoughts or stories we tell ourselves about that knee. Now moving up that right thigh to the right hip, the right side of the waist, and to the right rib cage. Up to the right shoulder. And then down that right arm and pausing at the right elbow. And it might be a familiar place. It might be one that feels new. One that's maybe difficult to reach. Maybe one that's easy to drop into. Notice physical sensations here. Maybe because of the placement of that elbow or what is surrounding it. Maybe there are thoughts and stories about that right elbow. And now gently guiding that attention through that right forearm to the wrist. And then all the way to the pinky finger on that right hand. And you might visualize that finger in space. So without looking at it or moving it, can you visualize its position? And then you might notice physical sensations, thoughts, or stories about that finger. Or you might notice that there is none of that. And I will gently move that attention back through that right arm, wrist to the elbow, to the shoulder. And then we'll continue up through the right side of the neck, to the right ear. And then all the way to the top of the head. The crown of the head, that point that reaches away from the toes. And maybe noticing that part of the body, anything that relates to that action of sending our attention to that area. Maybe returning to that idea of, is it familiar? Is it an easy place to drop into, or is it more difficult to reach, more difficult to pause there? And again, just noticing whatever we notice. And now we'll move towards the forehead and going down the center of the face through the nose, the lips, the chin, the throat, to the space between the collarbones, and let's move towards the left side of the body, maybe traveling over that collarbone all the way to the left shoulder. And pausing at the left shoulder, a joint that usually can have quite a bit of sensation, quite an obvious joint, so it might feel quite familiar to rest attention on it. It might be an area of the body that we think about quite a bit, that we notice quite a bit day to day. So just noticing anything that we notice right now in that left shoulder. And now let's move through that left armpit, and let's stay with that side body. Moving down the ribs, the left side of the waist, to the left hip, to the thigh, the left knee. And then all the way down to the left ankle. And let's stay with this area of the body at this moment. And see if you can feel it right now. So not how it felt yesterday or how you would like it to feel. See if you can feel it for what it is at this moment. Tangible sensations such as clothing or temperature of the air around it, or any other sensations that are happening in this joint at this moment. A familiar joint, a familiar area of the body, or maybe one that's a little difficult to reach. So noticing that too. And now gently, let's move that attention down that left foot, and let's end with resting on the pinky toe of that left foot. As you arrive, knowing that this is the last point or the end of your body scan, notice if any feelings come up. Or maybe there's a feeling associated with familiarity of that pinky toe. Or maybe there is some resistance or some difficulty in reaching that pinky toe. Maybe there is some relief or some dread about reaching this area of the body. So noticing all of that, or of course, none of that too. And now beginning to broaden that attention to include all toes, both feet, to include both legs, to include the hips, the torso, including shoulders and both arms, hands and fingers. And then including the neck and the head. And just bringing that whole attention to the whole body. Included in it the thoughts, the feelings, the stories, the history. And then including your breath. And taking deeper, longer breaths here. And beginning to move the body with that breath. So maybe some wiggling of toes and fingers, some rotation of ankles and wrists, some gentle movement in your neck. And then eventually making your way onto one side and taking a moment to pause. So really intentional breath right here. You're breathing intentionally and you're pausing intentionally too. And maybe you're using an open mouth exhale or a sigh. And then as you're ready, making your way up, we'll meet in a comfortable seat. We'll rest hands at heart. So take that long spine here. Find that ease in the face. And then let's acknowledge the practice. Let's acknowledge ourselves for today practicing. Let's acknowledge those who practice with us, not only today. And then let's acknowledge all those that in one way or another made it possible. And we'll end with a word that means that the light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.